We'll bring this meeting of the New Carlisle City Council to order. It's 6 o'clock. Welcome the administration, audience, and the rest of council. With that, if you will, Chris.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Present.
Councilman Bond,
Here.
Councilman Shammy,
Here.
Councilwoman Wright,
Here.
Councilman Lindsay,
Here.
and Vice Mayor Eggleston.
Here.
All seven present.
With that, we'll have the invocation by Chief Trusty.
Father, Lord, we thank you for the day and all thy many blessings and many favors. Please be in this meeting tonight, Lord. Let thy perfect and only your perfect will be done. Bless our troops, our first responders, and their families. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With that, I need a motion for the November the 4th regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Oh,
Go ahead, Chris.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eggleston,
Yes.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes. Sorry.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilman Shammy.
Yes.
With that, we need a motion for the minutes of the 11/12 special
So
meeting.
moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eggleston,
Yes.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yeah.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
Councilman Shammy.
Yes.
Okay, does anybody have any communications? All right, other than that, we'll go to Mr. Kitco.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council, members of the public. Good evening, and as we know, the departmental reports will be read on the Monday, December 16, 2024 meeting. Moving down to informational items under discussion topics. We have two items for the comprehensive land use plan and the citizen, employee, and maybe, a few other things of the year award. And we're proposing a January 13th work session. If that works for council members, I'd like to get a motion to set that meeting.
I need a motion.
Second. Okay.
Any comments? If not, Chris?
Councilwoman Wright,
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eggleston,
Yes.
Mayor Cook,
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove,
Yes.
Councilman Bond,
Yes.
and Councilman Shammy.
Yes.
Moving on for policy or other items that you guys are working on, acting clerk of council. So by charter, we need to name an acting clerk for, just in case Chris can't make it, and maybe a second one. We may have found someone that might be able to. We're going to double check. So maybe at the next meeting, we can get a motion from council just to name an acting to fill in when she may not be able to do it. And then maybe a second one, which would just maybe be within the city that can do certification of ordinances right on the spot. So if we need to get something over to an attorney, something contract-wise, we can get them signed. So I can bring some names possibly back to council at the next meeting to have some actings, which they'll basically, if she's not here, they'll at least do this part of the meeting, and then, but she'll still do the minutes, still do all the other stuff. They're basically going to be the body to make sure things are moving with motions and getting all the reports the vote counts, the stuff taken care of.
Question.
And then moving down, cemetery columbarium, I did speak with the gentleman, as I had said to council last meeting. He did shoot me an email, still working on pricing. There'll be a couple different items coming before council. One of those options to think about, and this is a pricing, is there is a foreign-made columbarium, and then there's an American-made one. From what I understand, that the foreign-made one is significantly cheaper. However, the American one is, the granite comes out of Vermont, is American Made is pretty much it's for life, warranty against everything. So those are the things to think about whenever we bring pricing, but that was probably the biggest item that was discussed. Bond and ballot information for the city council, the bond for the city pool, I am still working on it, and then we will start moving. We looked up that May 6th, that Tuesday for 2025 will be the election. So again, we will be getting all the legislation and proper paperwork to council, to be able to get that on the ballot. There's no updates with the Honey Creek and Monroe Meadows at this time. Clark County Lead Safe Ohio program. The county asked us to give another shout for the Clark County Lead Safe Ohio program. Basically, there's a way to get the lead taken out of your house. It is for LMI qualified, which is low median income families. Some of the items are the occupant household must complete, sign, and submit an attached pre-application in full. Owner, landlord of any renter occupied dwelling must complete all required information on the form. Following an initial review by Clark County, they'll contact that occupant and then conduct an initial testing to verify the presence of lead hazards. Lead hazards can be window frames, insulation, sink, bathroom faucets. All those have lead, possibly lead packed joints. We see most of those in the area that I'm doing some water main and lead service line replacement is in the old section of town. That doesn't mean that there's not in the Northwoods area where those homes were built in the 50s and stuff like that. So they'll do that. There is some information that will then have to be provided to prove that you're LMI qualified. And then, hopefully we can get someone in the city to apply.
Does that include paint?
I believe it includes any lead anything that's lead on your house that they could, submit. So yes, let me see if there's a list of specific items. Examples of eligible cost: lead safe renovation, window and door replacement, siding, soffit and fascia installation, interior and exterior painting, interior door replacements, and cleaning. So it covers pretty much anything.
Okay, thank you.
The application's at the Clark County Community Development. You can contact us at the city if you need to, and we can guide you, with some assistance to get a hold of the right people, but they got money for this program, so they definitely want to use it up. And actually, there is, in your packet, there was someone that, in New Carlisle, they said that they were okay to share, but there have been people in the city of New Carlisle use this program already. And then under upcoming legislation, the 2025 sheriff contract and the 2025 dispatching agreement. I have been in contact with Mr. Hunt with the Clark County Sheriff's Office, and we are looking to try and either get, a short extension, an MOU, or something to that effect to make sure that we're guaranteed services. They did assure us, obviously, that, we would not, the sheriff is not going to not give us coverage. However, they did move some agreements to the prosecutor's office for the current sheriff and the new sheriff to review. So there are options for this. I'm waiting to hear back from him on what the prosecutor, may want to look at for, moving this forward, doing MOU, what really, can be adjusted outside of our policy things that we may do at the substation, but just for general coverage, the amount we pay, what things we get out of the contract. It's only 3 or 4 pages, so they're looking at that right now. Any questions before I move on about the policing and dispatching agreements? Because they're both run by the sheriff.
Go ahead, Bill.
Mr. Kiko, you was talking about the acting clerk of council. Are they doing applications, and who are they?
Not sure yet. We're reaching out to a couple people that might be interested. So we're not sure yet.
Will they be doing applications and sent to council?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be going through all that, but I just wanted to let you know that's going to be coming up.
Okay. I thought maybe you was handpicking somebody.
Oh.
Just starting to say I have a problem.
Yeah, not my clerk. And then, under additional discussion topics, we did have a student inquiry for an official New Carlisle flag. We did respond back to this student that we did receive the flag and that, we would take a look at it. I didn't know, this is the first I've had any kind of someone come up to us at the city by having a city flag. So in your packet was the first draft of what the student, had offered. He did ask about, when a council meeting was and information like that. So we did pass that back out to him. And so we can discuss at, maybe one of these work sessions, about the possibility of adopting a city flag and what it may look like. Do we want to go out and put information out there to, get ideas, beyond this person? I don't know that, this was the first. That kind of caught me off guard when we received this inquiry. And then moving on, planning board applications. I did email those out to council. I wanted to let you know if you wanted to, because we have one here tonight, don't have the other one. But the same two do want to renew, Ms. Terry Hoffman and Julie or Julia?
It's Julia.
Yeah, Julia Fields, to continue their term. So your applications were in your inbox, and if you wanted to, I can reach out to invite those for the 12/16 meeting, to either talk with them again, or we can do a motion at that meeting to appoint.
You mean on our email or?
Yeah, I emailed out the application, so you have them for the next meeting.
Oh, for the next meeting?
Be for the next meeting. Yeah, we're not going to do anything with them tonight, but I just wanted to let you know they're there. Would you like for me to invite them both to the next meeting?
Have we put out a call for other people to do the job? I mean, just to say, if we're rehiring people or something, have we requested people to do the job?
I have not, but I think if they're renewing their term, I believe and I'm not sure, I just know council appoints planning board. So I just know from previous years, I was just following that trend, is to give the current boards that are on the board, their applications should just be renewed.
Okay.
I can help you with that if you want.
Mayor?
For the last 10 years, unless they didn't want to renew, that's when they went out and searched for another board member. But in the last 10 years, if they wanted to continue on, council just took the applications and whipped them right on through there.
Yeah, it's because we haven't had a lot of volunteers or anybody stepping up. I think with these two new plats coming in, there might be some people who might be interested in being on that board and working hard to make the city grow how they wish. I just thought that maybe we should open it up to other people. That's what I was thinking.
It's your choice, it's your board,
Right.
however you want to do it.
I don't know.
Any further?
So shall I invite them for?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
I think that,
All right,
with the situation that we're not indulged with volunteers, that we need to accept what we've got. The fact that these two people have done a remarkable job in the past few years, I see no reason at all to put it off.
all right, thank you. Public records training, I laid another copy in front of you. December 10th is the last live training. It's about 3 hours with some quick breaks, restroom breaks, and I think a lunch break in there, so I think it comes out to be a little less than that. But pre-register is by December 6th. And then the self-paced one, which is at the bottom, is the same thing, 3 hours, all online, on demand, and those have to be completed by the end of the year.
Howie, let me ask a question.
Yes.
You've got an event date of Tuesday, December 5th.
That's
Now,
the,
should that not be December 10?
so virtual is December 10th, and I think the event date must register in advance, I'm sorry, must register in advance. That's the, you have to register by that date.
Okay, okay, all right.
Excuse me if I may. Tuesday is not November 5th. November 5th would be Thursday. Oh, November, I was looking at December.
December 5th.
Okay, well, that was last month, so, you know.
Well, still December 5th.
No, it was November 5th.
Okay, that was November, I'm
That's last
sorry.
month.
Well, there's a December 5th.
But December 5th
There's
is still
December 5th.
Thursday, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let me get back here in my calendar.
Okay, is this a
December 5th
required
is a
of council?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead.
December 5th is a Thursday, not a Tuesday. So is it Tuesday we have to register by, or Thursday we register by? Because they got Tuesday day, or Tuesday word with the date of December 5th. December 5th is a Thursday.
I know, we got this right off the website, so Ms. Harris is going to look it up while we go through the things, and maybe at the end of the meeting, we'll be able to follow up with that.
And do we register with the state auditors for the online,
Yes.
for the
They have to register.
3 parts online? Okay.
Also, Mr. Kitco,
Yes.
with Mr. Grimm passing away, we need to, I guess the word is select an alternate for the TCC meetings, which I have been normally attending. But in my absence, Mr. Grimm would be so good to go. So we need to, somewhere down the line, select an alternate.
I will get with Mr. Agresta and see if he just wants to do a motion until we do our letter coming up, which I'm sure they'll probably be sending that out soon. I don't remember when our appointments were last.
Anyone have anything else for Mr. Kitco?
And one more thing.
Okay.
Last thing is the quarterly newsletter. We want to get this off to the person this Wednesday. So we'd like to see either a message from the city council as a whole, or if you guys want to do an individual, like the front page, Randy had done the, thing kind of where the city was, where it was going, that type of thing. We still have kind of a front page for that. If we want to do a blanket statement on what's going on with councils, or anybody that wants to put out one for this one. They go out quarterly, so there'll be plenty of opportunity to, put a couple things in here. So we need to fill this page. We got a lot of other good stuff going in it, but we're running out of that basic, 1-2 liner or a small paragraph from an elected official.
Go ahead, Bill.
Didn't say nothing.
Would it be
I think Kathy
apropos,
would be awesome for that job.
would it be apropos for council as a group to basically, I guess the word is, outline the fact that we need volunteers for different committees and that type of thing, and ask the community's indulgence in working with us in order to fulfill those positions?
We could work on things that you guys have spoke on before, may not be too intricate, and then I can send that out, and then maybe individually, if you got something, we can add that little bit maybe in the next day or so, or just shoot me an email with a one-liner, and we can put all your 1 lines or 2 lines together and make a small little paragraph.
Whatever floats your boat. With that, you're done.
And that is all I have tonight. I can entertain any questions on those or
Mr. Bond?
anything else.
Mr. Kitco, on your report, it said something about a subdividers agreement. We didn't talk about that. Did you just skip?
We're
it?
not, I just skipped it. There's nothing on it yet.
Gotcha.
we did a subdividers on Monroe already, and I think we're working on something else currently with D.R. Horton, but it's still in the works, then I can just give an update.
Okay,
at that time.
all right, thank you.
So the date for the public records training, the last one is Tuesday, December 10th, online, 10 a.m. to 1:15. It doesn't have a registration deadline that I'm seeing right now, but it does say that spaces are limited. And it's the last free online. So to get certified between your group, you have to have at least one or all of them.
You're
I know
talking
that
about
fall-
the 3 events? The 3 separate events?
Yes, yeah, there's 3 separate times that you could get the public records training. And the last one's December 10th.
They're also on demand. You register and you can do it at your own pace. I
Okay,
know it says that on the bottom, but that's what I'm doing.
okay,
The one on here on the bottom of their flyer.
good,
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
okay. So I have the one.
And we still need to register for that too, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once you get your certificate, you can drop it off at the city building or scan and email it to me, whatever's easiest.
Go ahead, Mr. Bond.
Do we all have to go through that, or is it just, we need somebody
Okay,
on council,
so
correct? Because I
typically,
thought we used to have like Randy do it as a representative for us.
he did. And then I myself have done it. Colleen's done, we've all done it, because I've never done it by by myself. And typically, council didn't. So we were looking at, since there was so much change, so much new, doing it the one time, and then maybe this next year, going back to having one person be a representative.
Anything further? All right, moving right along. Are there any committee reports that need to be brought forth? If not, we'll go to the public participation, and if you have a comment, please step up to the podium. Well, I guess at that point, we'll move on to the resolution.
Okay, so no resolutions, ordinances, 0 introduction, and 9 action tonight. Ordinance 2024-60, introduced on 11/4/24, amended on 11/18/24, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance amending the City of New Carlisle zoning code to add solar energy regulations.
So moved.
Second.
Any comment? Okay, we need the motion then.
There we go. Motion second.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay. Vice Mayor Eggleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes,
Councilwoman Grove? Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shammy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes,
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Accepted 7-0. Ordinance 2024-63, introduced on 11/18/24, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance amending section 238.03 of the codified ordinances of the City of New Carlisle regarding the division of fire.
So moved. Second.
And the
a
next,
motion and a second. Any comment?
as I say, the next place in this ordinance is to give the fire department personnel specific wages as listed there. The last raise for them was
23.
March of 2023.
Too long ago.
Any further?
Vice Mayor Eggleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes,
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes,
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shammy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
yes,
Councilman Lindsay?
Absolutely, it should be more.
Accepted 7-0. Ordinance 2024-64, introduced on 11/18/24, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance amending the compensation for the clerk of council.
So moved.
Second.
Explanation of this ordinance is to give a raise to the clerk of council from the original $400 per month to $600 per month.
Anything further?
Vice Mayor Eggleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Abstain. I'm loosely related to you.
Give her a raise.
Councilman Shammy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Ah, yes.
Let's see. Ordinance 2024-65, introduced on 11/18/24, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Miami Valley Lighting LLC for street lighting services.
Some of that. First, second. She was looking like,
Speaking in tongues down there.
And an explanation of this ordinance is, we have an agreement every 5 years that we renew to help keep all our street lights, park lights, the decorative lights downtown, with the electricity, and, do the maintenance on all the lights. For the first part of the 5 years, 2025 is not an increase. They're going to keep the same rates that we have this year. And then the increases will be per the, I have my note here. Based on the inflationary index. No less than probably, I think it's 4% and no more than 8%.
Go ahead.
so the proposed change to section 26.1 health insurance, that was not in there before? I thought it was. I thought they got a stipend for not taking the insurance on the paper you handed out.
I'm sorry, that is in the union agreement coming up later. This is just for the health insurance for the year, for 2025.
Okay.
Anything further?
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eggleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shammy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Accepted 7-0. Ordinance 2024-68, introduced on 11/18/24, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance amending the City of New Carlisle's estimated resources available to appropriate for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
In an explanation of this ordinance, I'll refer this to Ms. Harris.
So this one and the next one that are end of the year housekeeping. So when we have our original budget, if we end up with a lot more estimated resources or revenue, which is what this one is, then we bring that to council to be approved so I can put it on the books. And that will be for, before I close the end of the year.
Anything further?
Vice Mayor Eggleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shammy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Accepted 7-0. Ordinance 2024-69, introduced on 11/18/24, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance supplementing certain appropriations contained in New Carlisle City Ordinance 2023-61.
So moved.
Second.
You don't need to? Okay, and this one is to increase our appropriations, so I'm allowed to spend additional to the current budget. And these are adjustments for the end of the year.
Any further? Go ahead, Kathy.
One question on this one, the opioid settlement is on here, and I was just kind of curious why it was. I thought we
So-
already gave that away.
You approved for a new fund, but at the point, we have not received the money yet. And then I was informed that it will hit our bank before the end of the year. So I have to have the appropriation to be able to cut the check to give it to the county.
Makes sense, thank you.
You're welcome.
Vice Mayor Eggleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shammy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Accepted 7-0. Okay, ordinance 2024-70, introduced on 11/18/2024, public hearing and action tonight. An ordinance approving a collective bargaining agreement between the City of New Carlisle and the city's AFS-CME chapter.
So moved.
Second.
And an explanation of this ordinance is Ms. Harris, myself, and union members all met and negotiated. We had discussed prior to going into negotiations kind of what council and management was looking for. In part of the ordinance, you can see what was proposed and done some adjustments. The main thing for this agreement was the wages. We did allow for, if you were a superintendent in a leadership position, your probationary period would be 180 days instead of 90, fitting for that higher end position. And then allowing some individuals who had a lot of experience at another municipality coming in, giving them some of that experience, part of that recruitment tool to help bring people in. We had people that spent a ton of time at various municipalities, and basically their time was gone. Some of it didn't affect the wages as much, but if they were looking for vacation, and we're bringing some here, and as I had mentioned to council, I lost 2 or 3 recruits because they were going to go from 4 weeks vacation down to 0. So basically, we're allowing them to come in with some vacation, some time in their previous service, and then we would allow them. There are parts here that if they come in, they just can't come in here with 4 weeks and cash it out. So that's not allowed. That's a brief overview of the agreement. Is there any questions in a specific area besides the one you might bring up?
What would that be, sir?
That would be the
No,
health and.
It's not that one yet.
Okay.
I'll get to that one.
Well, if you want, real quick, there is the amendment, and you would just, if you pass this with amended, it is a $1,500 per quarter buyout if you do not take the health insurance. The words said $1,050. So talked with Jake, and he said just do an amendment for that clarification, and we don't have to bring this whole thing back. That it's not a substance issue.
Okay. The question I had,
Mm-hmm.
besides that one, if somebody comes in from another municipality with 4 weeks vacation time, what are we offering?
So they don't bring 4 weeks, they bring their experience. And so let's say they had 10 years at another municipality. Well, when you have 10 years here at the city, you now accrue a monthly rate to get you to 4 weeks every year. We'll give them that rate for that. So I think it's 6 hours per pay period. So someone coming with 10 years, we'll give them that 6 hours per pay period. We don't give them time up front and give them 4 weeks, and then they're still earning it, but they're going to get the rate.
Okay. So when they come, they get absolutely no vacation except for the 6 hours per pay period.
There is that, and then there's a part here where they can get, I think it's 1 year. Let me double check here.
40 hours after their probation.
Yeah, they get 40 hours after their probation. So everybody still
Okay.
goes on a probationary
Okay.
period, but we want to make sure they get.
That's what I was looking for, if they was going to get anything. I knew there was a probation period, but what was happening after that? And your cohort there answered that. Thank you very much, sir and ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Any other comment?
I have a question what the membership list is.
That's the actual members in the union. The union requested, what they were finding is some municipalities were not reporting people leaving or getting out of the union or just dropping off. And when they would go to, say, pay benefits, spousal benefits, or anything, it was outdated information. So we said, at the time anything changes, we've never had an issue at the city. This is more contract language for all municipalities.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Vice Mayor Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Cook.
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove.
Yes.
Councilman Bond.
Yes.
Councilman Shammy.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wright.
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay.
Yes.
Accepted 7-0.
Thank you.
So in other business, additional city business, the holiday parade is on December 7th at 10 a.m. on Main Street. The employee Christmas party is Friday, December 13th. It will be closing at 11:30 a.m.
Your invite will be coming out tomorrow.
The Jingle Jam Christmas Parade is on December 14th at 6 p.m. through the city. City offices will be closed on Tuesday, December 24th, Wednesday, December 25th, and Thursday, December 26th for Christmas break. And any other open discussion related to city items?
Anybody have anything else to bring up? Go ahead, Mr. Bond.
I originally had on my calendar that we had a work session next Monday. Do we not have that?
I think at the last council meeting, we discussed moving them to the first of the year, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 16th is the only one. Okay, thank you.
Anyone have anything? Go ahead, Blaine.
We have to, on the last ordinance we passed, we have to do an amendment because of the health insurance buyout. So we have to repass that, amending the wording of the 1,500.
With that, Mr. Mayor, I move to amend ordinance 2024-70 to include the proposed paragraph 26.1, section 4, to include the $1,500 per quarter for people who does not have the health insurance.
Second.
Does that cover it, Mr. Kiko?
Anyone have anything else?
Okay, so a motion to amend the 2024-70 ordinance to include the paragraph 26.1, section 4, to $1,500 per quarter for those not using the insurance, opting out of the insurance. Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eagleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
And Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Accepted 7-0.
Do we need an executive session?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor?
I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss compensation of public employees and discuss employment of a public employee.
Mr. Mayor, move to go into executive session to discuss compensation of certain public employees and to discuss employment of a public employee.
Second.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eagleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Mr.
Motion to
Mayor,
go out?
I move to go back into regular session.
Second.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eagleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, move to adjourn.
Second.
Councilwoman Wright?
Yes.
Councilman Lindsay?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Eagleston?
Yes.
Mayor Cook?
Yes.
Councilwoman Grove?
Yes.
Councilman Bond?
Yes.
Councilman Shannon?
Absolutely.